What you're about to watch is an interview I did with my client, Rob. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying that Rob is not the typical client that I usually work with. The men that I work with, they are busy, but they're not blue-collar workers like Rob was, who's an AC technician doing over 40 hours per week. And Rob approached me saying that he was struggling to stay consistent in the gym and with his diet due to his busy work schedule. See, he knew he needed discipline, but he wasn't sure how to build the habits to actually transform his body. And I'll admit, I knew working with Rob would be a little challenging because he did have a physically demanding job. But I knew that my muscle metabolism system was going to work wonders for him with his busy schedule. So we both decided to go all in, and over the next 90 days, we completely built out a system that works for him so that he only had to spend a few days in the gym to get incredible results. We focused on building sustainable habits, training hard, and perfecting his nutrition. Rob was able to lose body fat, build lean muscle, and get down to an incredible 8% body fat at the end of it. So I brought on Rob to talk about his journey to inspire you guys that feel like you're held back by your busy work schedule and you can't get the body you want due to your work. His story proves that with the right system, with consistency, with discipline, it's entirely possible. I hope you enjoy the interview. Rob's story is super inspiring, and I'm excited for you to see exactly how he got him this transformation. I'll see you on the inside. All right, bro. What is up, Rob? How you doing, man? Introduce yourself.
I am Rob Bogardus.
Give everyone like a good idea of like what you do for work, and like your previous history with the gym.
Well, what I do for work is Serve Pro company. It's basically fire and water business, and I've been in the gym for 2 years.
Cool. So to run it back, because now it's officially been like 3 months, and you've obviously had a ton of progress through this time. Freaking excited for you, bro. Give everyone like an idea of like where you were mentally, but also like physically about like 3 months ago, like before we started.
Mentally, I was not sure on what to do about, like, I knew the gym, the training was good, but my diet was like off.
Okay.
And
what do you mean it was like off? Like, what did that look like?
I just didn't really have like a good like diet plan.
Yeah. You're just kind of like eating whatever, but you were going to the gym. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool, dude. And then what about like physically? Like, where were you at before?
Physically, I was like, I guess not in a good place. Kind of like, I guess, I don't know.
Like it, just based on like the photos and like how we described it before, you weren't like overweight, like super overweight by any means.
Yeah.
It was just like getting even more lean, putting on even more muscle, right?
Yeah.
And now you're like, how do you feel now?
I feel pretty good now.
Dude, that's sick. That's so sick. Because like the photos speak for themselves, dude. You've done amazing. Cool, bro. Well, I mean, like, how do you feel reaching this point that you're at now? Like, when we first started, did you expect to be here at this point?
Yeah, I did.
Dude, yeah. And you hit that goal and crushed it, I'd say.
Thank you.
That's exciting, bro. Cool. What was your main motivation to sign up to work with me when we first started a couple months ago?
Well, at first I was like, why don't you just try it, see how it is? And I mean, I was like, I didn't know what to do. So I was like, dude, just try it.
Yeah, bro. Especially when you're misguided like that, it just helps to have some sort of purpose and like a path to go down, right?
Yeah.
Because like you're in the gym, you had that part.
I just didn't have like a strict goal or like a plan.
100%. Yeah, dude. And like having that vision more long term is awesome too. Because like we all get in the gym because we want to feel better, look better. But once you do that consistently, you're like, what's the next step from here? And you got to make everything work even better than how it currently is. So that's totally what we did. Awesome, bro. What about me made you want to work together specifically? Like, did you see any sort of like content of mine, or like you watching YouTube videos, or just TikTok, Instagram Reels? What was it for you?
I saw some of the videos, and then I saw how supportive you were, and I saw the training plan, and I was like, why don't you just try it, see how it is? And then we just went from there.
And then now we went from here, yeah. Saw the problems, came in, fixed them, made them better, made everything work smoothly, and now we're where we are. Cool, dude. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like tipping point for you where you needed to make the change like a couple months ago? Like you're at a good point, but like what really pushed you over the edge to be like, okay, I need this like right now?
I was tired of just going through the motions and just like not seeing results.
Yeah. Not seeing results, like you mean like you weren't getting any stronger, or like you were like adding more weight onto you, not in a good way? Like what do you mean?
I wasn't getting any stronger. I didn't see any results like in my body. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, dude, we need to change this. 100%. Cool, dude. And then I guess kind of like going off of that, what was that first initial goal for you when you joined?
The initial goal was to just to get lean, build muscle, lose fat. That was my goal.
Yeah, dude. And like that's totally where you're at right now. 100%. That's so sick. Cool. I'm gonna think of a couple too. But what were some big like challenges that you faced during the process of like of us working together? I know you're pretty how do I say it? Self-sufficient. Like
Yeah.
I tell you what to do, I give you like the plan and you just kind of roll. Like I have to ask you, like, bro, are you good? Is everything good? You're like, yeah. But like, I mean, you probably saw more of it than I did. So like, what were those problems that you saw during this? And then like, how did you overcome them too?
I would say my diet and sleep. The training was good. Diet, I would have to push myself to eat healthy sometimes to
Yeah.
fight like cravings, not to binge eat, drink water.
Yeah, bro. What about the sleep thing? Like, what was that situation like for?
Sleep before this was like, I mean, it was whatever. I would like sleep 8 hours one night and then not do it the next night and then go back to sleeping 8 hours.
And your body's just all completely thrown off, and it's like, bro, what do we do with this
Yeah.
inconsistent sleep? And that's totally it too, just making those like changes that seem simple on the outside that really just make a big difference, especially when it comes to sleep. A lot of people just throw that off and they're like, it doesn't really matter. You know, I'm dieting well. I'm in the gym. It's like, no, but that's a big part of it. Yeah, dude, we got that up to speed and working. So I know like you obviously work a lot. That's
Yeah.
a huge part of it. How did you fit like the workout plan and everything we were doing into your busy schedule? Like, what did you use to stay consistent also?
I would just go after the gym, after my work, finish work, and then go to the gym, which was like probably 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night.
Didn't
I'm
I
like,
bet you were feeling like really tired after work
yeah.
too, right?
And I was thinking, I have to get this done before the day ends. I was thinking that every day.
Yeah, dude. And that's what it takes too, is like remembering like you're on a journey, you're on a path, and you're like, I want this for myself. I gotta push. Because yeah, like, if you fall off one of those days, chances are the rest of the days of the week are gonna follow the same path. But you need to like to stay consistent and remember, like, bro, I have to do this. And then you're gonna keep going for the rest of the week and then stay on with the goals. That's awesome, dude. That's glad. I'm glad about that. And now that mindset is still with you, and now you can have that forever, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that's really powerful. Cause like, how was it before when you used to go to work and like try to go to the gym?
I would usually either go before work or after.
And there'd be the times where you were like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, I wouldn't just like go at all.
Dude, yeah, because it's so easy to skip out. Like that's like the easy way out. And you know, like we can make so many excuses, but it's once you can actually see those excuses and realize like this is not aligning with my goals. I need to go, right?
Mhm.
Like that's a huge realization. 100%. Awesome, dude. Cool, bro. So I know you've shared a lot of wins throughout this entire process, like big things that you've accomplished. What's been like your biggest win, like the biggest breakthrough so far?
My biggest breakthrough would be just trying to stay disciplined and consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that. So like with what part? Like is just the gym or with like diet and like how does that feel?
Being the gym and diet and sleep, everything.
Okay. So just getting everything together and making it all run work at the same time would be like your
Y-
biggest win.
yes.
Yeah, dude. Because if you're not consistent, like no other part of it really matters. You know, like I said all the time, but it's like you could have the best diet, the greatest workout plan, everything. You know, like I give you that. But if you're not consistent, it doesn't matter. You know, if you go to the gym
Mhm.
one day a week, then the rest you just skip. Like if everything's perfect, it doesn't matter because you're not consistent. So that's a huge thing. 100%. That's really cool. That's probably why I've seen so much progress too, and why you're gonna keep growing. So I'm excited for you, bro. When did you first start seeing like noticeable changes in the mirror? And then like when you did, how did that kind of shift your mindset?
I started seeing progress around like 2 months in, and then I thought I must continue this.
Yeah. What were those changes? Like describe them. Like what was it?
See my bicep vein
Dude, that bicep vein is sick. That's a really cool. It's really cool.
in my legs too, shoulders, some muscle definition.
You started to see like the vascularity, the veins, see more of the muscle, and you're like, this is pretty sick. I got to keep going.
Yeah.
Because it's motivating. It's cool. It's like, well, this is my body. And like, you know, we live in our bodies every single day. And if you're not like using it to the best of its ability, you're not living life up to the best it can be. Cool, dude. I mean, what other progress have you seen in terms of like strength and like, I forget what weight were you at? You were around like 160-ish, right? When we started?
Yeah,
170?
160.
Yeah. Do you know like about where you're at now? Probably about the same, right?
Yeah, I'm at like 161.
And that's really cool. You know why? Because you're obviously have a lot less fat. You're obviously leaner now. But the reason you're still the same weight is because you put on muscle. Because muscle weighs
Yeah.
more than fat. What other strength gains did you notice? Because I remember throughout there you had a bunch of wins of like your squat was going up, your bench was going up. What did you notice going up with your strength?
I noticed that that I could do more reps and weight, and
Was there any like one thing in specific, like bench or something, that you were like you noticed the way it was going up a lot now compared to like 3 months ago?
yeah, I used to I think it was I used to like throw up 170 for like six. Now I can do like 10 to 12.
That's pretty solid. Yeah. I remember you told me when you hit 185, and I was like, that's pretty big. That's some
Yeah,
improvement. That's awesome. And that was pretty early on too. Dude, like, what do you think it's at now for like exactly one rep max?
one rep, I would say 195 now.
Yeah, dude. That's awesome too. How does that strength increase feel in the gym?
Oh, feels good.
Yeah, dude. It gives you like that even more of a confidence boost. You're like, bro, I look even more jacked. I am even more jacked. I have less fat in my body, and I'm even stronger. Like that's a crazy feeling. That's the ultimate goal. Cool, dude. So like aside from just like the physical changes, the stuff in the gym, you know, like how you look in the mirror, how has working together impacted like your confidence and just your overall life?
I would have to say that
I mean, just thinking about it, like you probably feel at least a little bit better on a daily consistent basis, right?
yeah,
Yeah. And like, how has it affected, I guess, other areas of your life? Do you feel more confident, feel better in like clothes you wear? Maybe you wear tighter shirts now. Like, what is that for you?
I've definitely, yeah, the clothes fit more. I just feel good.
Yeah, more in like a mental way of like confidence and like, oh, I feel better.
Yeah, mentally, confidence, and physically.
Yeah, dude, that's sick. That's really cool. That's really cool. That's like a big part of it too. It's how you actually feel on a daily basis. Cool, dude. So just to bring it back to program and everything we've gone over, there's obviously like modules, coaching calls, all the other stuff that we've had, the community, huge part. What's the most valuable lesson that you've learned while working together?
I would say the diet.
Diet. Okay. What did you learn? Like what changed before compared to now?
Before, I wasn't really like eating. I wasn't eating in like a calorie deficit. I was eating just whatever. I didn't really know much about food, so I just watched videos about everything.
Just learn how to maximize it, how to make it work as best you can. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's huge. Yeah. Hypothetically, if there can only be like one part of it left, like the community, the modules, like these calls, what's like the
Yeah,
one you would keep
okay.
if the rest had to be gone?
I would say the calls.
The calls. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
What did you like about them?
like how everything's going and like my plan, how everything was, you would ask me about how my progress is going.
Yeah. And then we would brainstorm the plan, like, okay, well, if that's going like that, let's try this, fix this. And then next week, next 2 weeks, we hop on again and see how it went. Cool, dude. Good to know. All right. So what advice would you give someone who maybe like they watch my content, they follow me, and they're thinking about working together, but they're on the fence, like they're a little unsure about it? What advice would you give to that person?
I would say just go for it, man. I mean, you're here to help. Just try it out.
Yeah, dude. Because like I've seen a ton of growth with you, bro. Like it's been awesome. Like I've seen you go from where we were before, and like our very first call that we hopped on, and you like told me everything you were going through and like how it's okay, it's working okay, but like could be so much better. And I saw that potential in you, and I'm like, dude, like just a couple little changes, and like you're a boss. Like you're doing insane. And it really was true. Like we got you in, set you up with everything, hopped in the calls, held you accountable. We saw like those problems and those obstacles, took them like head on. I know exactly what to do because like I've been here myself. I've helped other people do it, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. And you went out and did it too. Like you were a really good client. You did the work that was necessary. You went to the gym when before you might not have, got your calories in, you tracked that, made the meals, and like it just made sense. Just a couple small little changes to what you're already doing, and you're like way better now. Would you agree?
Yes.
Dude. And feels amazing. Cool, dude. Nice. So looking ahead, what are your next goals from here on your fitness journey?
Mostly build more muscle, stay disciplined, consistent, and continue.
Yeah, dude. It's like you lost all the fat you needed to. Now it's just more like, okay, how can we put on as much muscle as possible? That makes sense, 100%. And I feel like that's kind of where mostly everyone goes, because at first it's like, yeah, I want to fit better in my clothes. I want to lose the fat. I want to be more shredded. And once you get to that point, I was like, okay, let's build even more muscle so you can be even more jacked, feel even better in the gym, feel even better in those tight shirts, right?
Yeah.
Cool, dude. How are you planning to like maintain the progress that you made right now? Like just to give someone else a word of advice of like how they would get to your point.
Just take your time with your meals, dieting, learn more. Yeah, that's all I would say. Just learn more and just take your time with everything. Training, diet, sleep. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen as long as you keep putting in consistent effort and learning too. I agree with that 100%. Like the more you know, the smarter you're gonna be, the more knowledge you're gonna have. Yeah, dude. I mean, okay, so like, what do you think was holding you back before we started working together compared to now? What do you have? Because like before, you probably tried to do some research, you probably tried to learn on your own, but having us work together, how did that impact the way you learned?
Before I worked with you, I wasn't like, I was kind of intimidated by like how I should go on with like my gym progress. I was pretty much, I didn't really care.
What do you mean like you didn't really care? Like you're like, it is what it is?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. And then how did that change now or in the past few months?
Well, first I had to care about myself. I had to prove myself that I was actually worth a change, like to build like I guess a better body.
Yeah, dude. I remember even more recently, I know like having the gratitude was a big part that we had to work on because I know you're like you always want more. And I feel like that's why you've achieved so much because you're very like hungry for the next result, for the next big thing. But being able to look at like the current progress that you do have and being like, I'm proud of where I am right now. I still want to grow, right? But
Yeah,
being grateful and appreciating where you're at right now.
yes.
Yeah, dude. I mean, having that sort of shift, like, how did that feel before when you were just like, even just like a couple weeks ago? Because I know we talked about that. It was last time we were on the call.
Yeah.
When you were kind of just like in the rush of, okay, I want to get better. I want to put on more muscle. I want to keep growing. And then how did it feel when you actually started to realize like what you already have and be grateful for that? Like, how different did that feel? Like, what did it feel like?
I would say, I mean, I was just thinking to myself, just enjoy it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna take time, and just that's all I would say.
Just trust the process.
Yeah.
Trust the process. Keep your head down. Keep moving because it's going to happen. I love that mindset, dude. That is sick because it's true. 100%. Awesome, bro. So, any last word of advice for anyone watching this video that you would just give them to help? Maybe they're in a tough situation. Maybe they're where you were 3 months ago. They're working a lot. They're super busy. Like, dude, I don't have time to go to the gym. I don't have time to diet. This might not work for me. What advice would you give that person?
I would just say learn, take your time, try it. I mean, just give it a shot.
Yeah, that's inspiring. That's motivating. I hope you enjoyed the interview. And if you want the full entire case study breakdown of how we got all of these results for Rob, I made a full step-by-step case study training on how we did it so you can copy it for yourself. You watch that video right here and make sure to subscribe if you're not already. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.